Hello and welcome to the 7 Life Secrets for Females Over 40. It's great to have you all here today. Really appreciate you coming, and I'm really looking forward to sharing the information that I have with you today. So just to start with, hopefully everyone can hear me. Are you all able to hear me? Okay, that's great. Good. Getting a few yeses there. That makes things easier. It's always nice to be heard, isn't it? So as I said, today I'm here to give you the 7 life secrets for females over 40. Are you sick and tired of everything in your life being out of control? Are you constantly being pulled in different directions? Did you realise that you're not alone and that you can get your life back in control, back in balance, and take control? So in the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to show you how to get control back over your life so that you're not constantly stressed about everything that's on your plate, preventing you from doing what you want to do and from being the woman that you really want to be. So this training is for you if you're a woman over the age of 40, which I'm sure most of us are here. That's what's made you join the call. If you're busy, maybe you're running a household, managing a family, going out to work, or even doing a combination of all three. If you're constantly feeling stressed, rushed, and a step behind where you should be, and if you know that you should be taking care of yourself, eating better and exercising, but you just don't know where to start. If you want some help in getting things under control and getting some order and organisation back in your life. Hi, I'm Pauline Delaney, and I'm a woman over the age of 40. So let me begin by telling you a little bit about myself. Importantly, let me tell you about what I'm not. So I'm not a dietitian, not a fitness expert, a personal trainer, or a nutritionist, and I don't have a degree in food technology, psychology. I'm not a doctor, but I am an optometrist, and I have been for the past 25 years. So I've spent all of my adult life working in the health field, and I have a lot of experience in dealing with a wide variety of people, lots of different types of people. I've seen people from all walks of life, spanning an age range from virtually 0 up to 100, although I did see a lady who was 105 the other day, so I can expand that now. So men, children, women, you name it, I've seen them all. And in my professional career, I've dealt with many different personalities and problems. So I've definitely had a lot of experience in helping people find out what's troubling them and working towards a solution. So whether it's a pair of glasses or some contact lenses or a strategy to cope with sore eyes or headaches, I've really dealt with a wide variety of difficult situations. Outside of work, I'm a busy mother of 4 children ranging in age from 10 to 19. So I have 1 at primary school, I've got 2 at high school, and 1 out in the big wide world. And I try to keep the household running smoothly. We've got daily chores, weekly chores assigned to each child. I've got a menu planner in place, and I've streamlined as many of the household tasks as possible. I've been married for 24 years as well, and I've been working part-time for the past 20 years. So I've always been very interested in health and fitness. I'm an avid reader of cookbooks, fitness books, and weight loss books. I've spent many an hour scouring the internet looking for websites to help me with my endeavours, whether it's the best, quickest and most effective workout or a menu plan for the family that'll be healthy, easy to prepare and get that all-important tick of taste approval by the whole family. I've done it all. So I've always had a lot of balls in the air at once, trying to juggle everything and make it work. And I've always been very conscious of how I look and feel, so I'm keen to be as healthy, fit and vibrant as I can be. So how do we fit this all together? How can we deal with all the balls in the air we're juggling and stop them from falling down and crushing us? In short, how do we get organised, deal with life over 40 and win? Well, that is what I'm here today to help you with. There are 7 steps that will help you deal with the chaos of a life packed with organising work, children, chores, nutrition and exercise, and help you win. So let's show you the 7 secrets that will make life much easier and much happier for you. Now, secret number 1 is dealing with food sensitivities and intolerances and how this can help you lose weight. So we'll dive right in. I recently interviewed Caroline Sutherland. Now, Caroline is a medical intuitive. She's an author, she's a radio host, and she's an innovative leader in the fields of nutrition and energy medicine. And while she was working as a physician's assistant many years ago as an allergy technician, she began to receive intuitive impressions about the patients, an experience which groomed her to become one of the most sought after medical intuitives today. Now, she has a book called The Body Knows, and in her book she talks a lot about food sensitivities and intolerances and how they impact people's health, their weight and their well-being. And particularly, she explains how people can have problems with their weight because of these food sensitivities or allergies. Now, when you have food sensitivities, your body recognises these substances as foreign invaders. When this happens, your immune system mobilises histamine. Now, histamine is released by the immune system. It causes swelling or inflammation and fluid retention, and this fluid is stored in the tissue. Histamine protects the body and heart from the allergic substance. The key is to identify the foods that you have a sensitivity to, eliminate them for a certain time, and let the immune system calm down and stop initiating histamine reactions. And there'll almost certainly be an improvement in symptoms by avoiding the common foods to which you're allergic. Now, there are a few common food sensitivities you can exhibit, and they almost always occur from foods you consume on a daily basis. So take a look at what you eat every day. Does this include milk, yogurt, cheese or ice cream? These are all dairy products. And dairy products are the most common allergen, and people who are sensitive to dairy may have a reaction when they consume these. So some of the most common reactions are gas, bloating, stomach cramps, weight gain, puffy eyes, and sinus and respiratory infections. So I'd like you all to take a minute, have a bit of a think about what you had today. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Have you been eating any dairy products? Have you had cereal and milk? Maybe fruit and yogurt? And how did that make you feel? Did you experience any of these unpleasant symptoms after you've been eating dairy products today? Maybe you have a bit of a sensitivity to dairy. Now, wheat is the second most common allergen, and wheat can be found in flour products like bread, pasta, cereals and so on, and can cause problems with joint stiffness, arthritis, tiredness and exhaustion, puffiness, fluid retention, poor absorption, bowel problems, and even heaviness and soreness in your feet or ankles. So did you have toast this morning? A sandwich for lunch? Maybe some pasta for dinner? These are all wheat products. So the most common food sensitivities people usually have are to dairy, which includes your milk, yogurt and cheese, wheat, which is your bread, pasta and cereals. Corn is another one, a common allergen which can be found in almost all packaged foods, and it's usually a factor in people with weight issues. People can be sensitive to sugar, chocolate and caffeine, which can trigger nervous system problems. Many people are allergic to soy. You may have problems digesting soy, which can block the absorption of iron and other minerals, and there's some evidence that frequent soy consumption may elevate estrogen levels, and high estrogen levels are often a factor with overweight people. So some of the other common food allergies include nuts, particularly peanuts, eggs, tuna, potatoes, citrus fruits, shellfish, and even some spices. And unfortunately, many people may be allergic to the very substance that they're craving. So you may have an addiction to a certain food which your body can't process well. So food sensitive people can actually crave the foods to which they're allergic. And if you avoid these substances for a full week, you'll definitely notice a dramatic difference in your symptoms. Now, sugar is one of the main substances people are addicted to. In fact, you often crave sugar if you're not consuming enough protein, particularly vegetarians. When you consume sugar, the pancreas releases insulin. When sugar enters the bloodstream, it can trigger the desire in people for wanting more and more sugar. I'm sure we all know what that's like. Almost as if the mechanism can't be turned off. But of course, identifying a food sensitivity is only part of the problem. How are you going to manage if you're sensitive to wheat, for example? What can you eat? Wheat is in so many different foods. But don't fear. You can substitute things like rice, potatoes, rye bread, sweet potatoes, and some of the multitude of slightly more unusual grains that are available nowadays. Millet, amaranth, quinoa, and buckwheat. So you should avoid wheat as much as possible for 30 days if you think you have a bit of a sensitivity. After this, you may introduce it on an occasional basis, like every 5th day. And this process is called rotation, which is a procedure avoiding the overexposure of a food or a substance, which helps to prevent the body from becoming allergic or sensitive to that substance. You may also find that it's helpful to avoid oats and barley for the first 30 days, as these contain gluten, which may also cause a sensitivity. But what about dairy? How are you going to cope without milk and cheese? Now, this is a bit easier because dairy products are usually something that you choose to eat rather than wheat, which is so rampant in foods and can be harder to avoid. So you can try using milk alternatives like hemp milk, rice milk, or even almond milk in your cereal. Some people have trouble with cow's milk, but they may be able to tolerate goat's milk or goat's milk cheese, and even sheep's milk cheese. So once you've identified all your food sensitivities and have eliminated them for around 30 days, you should feel definitely much lighter, less bloated, more energetic and vibrant. So this moves us on to secret number 2, which is getting control of your hormones. Now, menopause and belly fat are 2 major issues that can cause problems for women after the age of 40. And if we can get these under control, we can put smiles on a lot more faces. Now, Sambo Patrick recently spoke to me in a fantastic interview dealing with just these issues. Now, she's a naturopath who deals with menopause and belly fat, and she's regarded as Australia's leading female hormone expert. So she explains in her book, Beauty and the Beast Within, that one of the hormonal causes of belly fat in women is high testosterone. Now, hormones are very important in lifestyle and health. They respond to what we're doing in our life, and they're markers or indicators that things may be out of whack with our lifestyle. Hormones are the system that the body uses to carry messages around the body. And people who have the right balance of hormones generally have a very balanced life. Those that have too much of certain hormones generally have something in their life that they're doing in excess or not enough of. So in order to lose belly fat, the top 3 things to do are to eat right, to exercise, and importantly, to get your hormones balanced. Now, this is an area that's often neglected. Eating right and exercising are the usual stock standard answer people give when asked about how to deal with belly fat. But dealing with our hormones can often be ignored. And this can have a huge impact. Stress can really cause you, women in particular, to hold on to your belly fat. And in order to gain a flat tummy, you must be prepared to do all 3 components. So you need to get the eating plan right, exercising effectively for fat loss, and you need to deal with the many causes of stress in our busy lives. So you really need to make a commitment and put the excuses aside. How many of you take time out every day to simply sit quietly and relax, even for just 5 minutes? This can be just so beneficial to your fat loss efforts and also to other aspects of your life. Yet I wonder how many of you really answered yes to my question. Who's going to commit right now to setting aside just 5 minutes for the next week to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and simply focus on relaxing and releasing the tension your body's holding on to? Let's see if we can all make that commitment right now. It's not a big commitment, 5 minutes a day, just concentrating on yourself, putting aside some time just to relax and deep breathe deeply. Okay, now the 3 main hormones in women are estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Testosterone is a sex hormone that makes us feel good, and it's responsible for sex drive. It helps us with muscle mass, muscle tone, and energy levels. It's a feel-good hormone. But if we make too much of it by putting ourselves in situations where our testosterone levels increase, then it becomes much more of a stress hormone. It goes up when we're under stress. So if we're running late, our schedule is out of control, if the kids are driving us crazy, it goes up. Testosterone also goes up if women are eating too many carbohydrates or if they're drinking too much alcohol. So up to 50% of women of childbearing age in Australia may have high testosterone levels. And this can manifest as facial hair or whiskers, aggressive behaviour, acne and belly fat. So managing stress and reducing the levels of testosterone in the body can often lead to reducing or eliminating belly fat. Now when testosterone goes up, cortisol also goes up. And when these hormones go up, they produce insulin. And when insulin is produced, fat will be put straight onto your belly. So it's really important not to eat when you are stressed. If you're stressed, you have all the stress hormones running around your body. So you need to appreciate your downtime. This is when your body rebalances and is more able to deal with your belly fat. So you need to take ownership for the balance in your life. Nutrition, exercise, and stress all need to be dealt with. Now, Sam's biggest secret to dealing with belly fat is that if the brain is on, your stomach is off. So you should never eat when your brain's activated, like when you're watching TV or using the computer. Your digestion is turned off at this time. So if you do try to eat when you're stressed, what you eat will simply be deposited onto your belly as fat. Testosterone and cortisol will be elevated, and any food, no matter what it is, will be treated by your body the same and be firmly put onto your belly as fat. So eat mindfully. Don't eat when your brain is buzzing or you're distracted. You need to engage with your food. And it's also really important to make your own health and well-being a priority when you're trying to eradicate your belly fat. You need to make a commitment to your eating and exercise program, and you need to follow it through. So this moves us on to secret number 3. Secret number 3 is exercising and staying fit. Now, Shay De Silva is a certified personal trainer and a fitness nutrition specialist that I interviewed recently. Now, she's developed a fun and effective fitness program that requires no weights, no equipment, and minimum space. And her goal is to eliminate all excuses for not working out. Now, staying fit is extremely important. As a woman over 40, you have incredible demands on your body. Many of these are physical demands. If you have a job, a family, and a household to run, you need a lot of energy to do all that. If you want to have or achieve the best body that you can, you need to do some work. Now, for many people, your day consists of hours of sitting in one spot with very little movement. And unless you have a very active occupation, like you're a gardener or a labourer or something along those lines, you're not expending many calories during the day. So it's important to get as much incidental exercise as possible. So if you park as far away from the shopping centre entrance as you can to get in a bit more walking. Maybe climb the stairs rather than taking the lift or the escalator. And visit your colleagues personally at their desk rather than sending an email. Walk the kids to school. Spend your lunch break taking a brisk walk outdoors if possible to get the added benefit of fresh air into your lungs. Why doesn't everyone just think right now about how you can add in some incidental exercise to your day? See if you can write down 5 strategies that you can implement immediately, starting tomorrow. Now, although incidental exercise is great to lose weight or even to maintain a healthy weight, you need to do a bit more. And Australia's Department of Health recommends that adults should be active on most, preferably all days of the week. It recommends that you should accumulate about 2.5 to 5 hours of moderate intensity physical activity, or 1.25 to 2.5 hours of vigorous intensity physical activity, or an equivalent combination of both moderate and vigorous activities each week. And it also recommends you doing muscle strengthening activities on at least 2 days each week. So ideally, you should be doing a combination of resistance, which is weight training, and cardio training. However, it's really important to find a program that works for you. It's no use you signing up for an intense boot camp early every morning if you hate the outdoors and if you're a night owl rather than an early riser. It has to fit in with your lifestyle. But on the other hand, you have to be willing to make some changes. So if you refuse to do anything different from what you're currently doing, then of course nothing's going to change. So you need to make changes in order to make changes to your body, but they must be sustainable changes. Now, everyone is at a different place in their life. You may thrive on exercise and love the constant challenge of increasing your weights at the gym or beating your times on a run. You may spend time every day at the gym working hard at keeping your body toned and fit, and you may love this. Other people may never have been inside a gym and have no intention of ever doing so. You prefer working out in the privacy of your own home at a time that suits you and your schedule. You may prefer the companionship, camaraderie and motivation of group fitness classes like body pump, step, cycle, boxing, or any of the other huge variety of classes that are available today. So ideally, you need to do a combination of cardio and weight training, but you need to prioritise weights because weight training will help you build lean muscle. And muscle takes up less space than fat and needs more energy to maintain. So if you have a higher body percentage of muscle, your body will use up more energy, even in its resting state, simply to maintain it. So your metabolism will work faster and burn fat more efficiently. Now with weight training, you may burn less calories than cardio while you're actually working out, but this calorie burn will continue longer, with your metabolism working better for the following 24 to 48 hours. Now cardio is great because you really feel like you've worked out by huffing and puffing and building up a sweat. But your energy burn stops when you stop exercising. Steady state cardio or long slow activities like walking or swimming at a steady pace, that's not the best use of your time. The new way of getting the best value for fat loss with your cardio workout is with high intensity interval training, or HIIT. And with this method, you can reduce your cardio workout from the traditional 45 to 60 minutes right down to 15 to 20 minutes by doing bursts of high intensity activity for a short time, followed by low intensity recovery periods. For example, I like to do 30 to 60 seconds of an intense activity like running or burpees or jumping jacks, followed by 30 seconds of walking. And I do this for about 15 or 20 minutes. So a quick express workout which is really effective for weight loss. And surely everyone can find 20 minutes a day to work out. So ideally, you should do a full body resistance workout for 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, combined with 2 or 3 interval sessions a week. But it's really important to find something that suits you. So you need to put aside time to exercise. Look at your schedule, slot in your exercise as an unbreakable appointment. Choose a time of day that you'll have enough time to devote to your energy session and a time of day that you'll be motivated to work out. You may prefer working out in the morning to get it over and done with, or use it to wake you up and energize you for your day. You may start work early or would rather have a sleep in and prefer either an afternoon or evening session. But the best exercise program is the one that works for you and your lifestyle that you will commit to following. That's the most important one. There's no point in having the most brilliant exercise program out there if you don't do it. You don't go along and do the sessions you're supposed to do. So this moves us on to secret number 4. And secret number 4 involves nutrition and meal planning. Now, anyone in the weight loss field will tell you that nutrition is the number 1 factor contributing to weight loss. If this isn't addressed, your results will not be all that they can be. Even if you exercise for hours every day and lift heavy weights, doing hours of cardio, if you don't eat the right food, your results will suffer. So weight loss is 80% nutrition and 20% everything else. So it's worth doing some research and getting it right. Now, if you've never restricted how and when you eat, you're going to find it quite difficult to suddenly adopt a nutrition plan for healthy eating or fat loss. But the good news is that once your body is fed the right fuel in the form of the right types of food at the right portion size, you can show dramatic results quite quickly, which will be really encouraging. So what should you be eating? Now, I know this can be quite a controversial question, and as I've already mentioned, I don't claim to be an expert in this area. However, I have done a lot of research and read a lot of material by experts in this field, including following some of their very in-depth programs. So I feel that I'm qualified to share what I have discovered. Many people, particularly women, tend to skip meals. Now, sometimes this is because you're too busy and you don't make the effort to eat properly. And other times it can be because you want to save calories and hopefully lose weight. Now, this is a myth. It's crucial that we fuel our bodies correctly so that they can perform to their fullest potential. If you're hungry and if your body and brain are starved of nutrients, you're going to be lethargic, slow, sluggish, and lacking in energy. You'll be foggy and you'll have poor concentration. Not good. But if you eat the correct food, you should feel energized, sharp, and ready to tackle the day with vigor. So you can start with a healthy breakfast. Now, this is a beautiful photo of my current favorite breakfast, which is some Greek yogurt, muesli, and berries. And I do like a cup of green tea to go along with it. So what did you have for breakfast this morning? There are some guidelines that you should follow for your nutrition. You should drink around 2 litres of water each day, which will help you feel full, keep you hydrated, and help your body perform well. You should eat every 2 to 3 hours. This keeps your insulin levels stable and prevents the insulin spikes that can cause your body to store fat. So ideally, 5 to 6 smaller meals throughout the day is a better option than 3 larger meals. And this will prevent the drastic fluctuations in your insulin levels that can cause you to put on belly fat. And it's important to get the types of food right. So a combination of lean protein and vegetables or some fruit will work best at every meal. And there are many forms of protein to choose from. Animal proteins include chicken, beef, pork, and fish. And here in Australia, kangaroo is a very lean protein source. Vegetarian options include legumes, chickpeas, beans, etc. And of course, there's an endless variety of colourful, tasty fruit and veggies to choose from. So you should aim to eat 5 to 7 servings of vegetables and about 1 or 2 of fruit each day. And fruit is naturally sweet, so it works well to help with sugar cravings. Now, many people, once you know what to eat, you should plan your meals. If you have your meals, or even your snacks, planned out for you, you're well on the road to success. Meal planning can strike fear into some women's hearts, but truly it is the best way to go. Although you may spend a bit of time creating your menu plan and shopping list, you'll certainly save both time and money in the long run. And once you are in the swing of it after a few weeks, you're going to find it that much simpler and faster. So I tend to do my planning on a Sunday. I look at my diary and work out which days I already have plans. When am I working? When will I be home late? When do I already have social commitments in the evening? Which nights do the boys have the sports training? And this gives me a good guide as to which nights I have some leisure time to cook a more elaborate meal and when I have to create something on the fly. And I always try to do my food shopping on the weekend, and depending on my weekend plans, I'll always try to cook a meal or two to freeze and have either as an extra in reserve or use it to make my weeknight preparation as simple as possible. And by planning your meals, you're more likely to make healthy choices rather than coming home exhausted after a busy day at the office with a family of ravenous children and husband looking at you for food now. That's when it's really easy to give in to convenience and grab an unhealthy takeaway food option, undoing all the good work and great food choices you've made for the rest of the week. And if you follow your healthy eating guidelines, if you plan your meals and even your snacks, you're well on the way to reaching your weight loss goals or simply maintaining your current figure. Now, I have a few snacks that I love. Dates and peanut butter are one of my favourites, sprinkled with cinnamon on the top there. And I also like a healthy trail mix. So what are your favourite snacks? Same as mine? Maybe something a bit different? Have a bit of a think. Let's move on to secret number 5, which is choosing the right mindset. Now, Natasha Denman is the ultimate weight loss coach, and she specialises in helping people lose the last 10 kilos. She has degrees in psychology, psychophysiology, and a diploma in life coaching. She's also an NLP practitioner of matrix therapies, and a performance coach. And in our recent interview, she explained how many people focus solely on their diet and exercise and forget about the all-important mindset, which helps people to transform from the inside out. And she calls these 3 components the wellness trifecta. By working on your mindset and having strategies to cope with hurdles and even failure, you can produce results which will last forever, rather than giving up the first time you make a mistake. It's also important for you to take responsibility for yourself. Simply joining a gym, seeing a nutritionist, coach, or a personal trainer isn't enough. They can give you the tools, but you have to implement them. And when looking to lose weight, there are 3 main things that you need in order to be successful. You need to plan and be organised. You need to follow the recipe. So you need to actually follow the plan that you've decided to follow, implement its strategies, and use the tools provided. Otherwise, your results are going to be quite poor. And having a mentor or coach, someone to hold you accountable, is also really important. Now, when setting goals, it's really important to start with the end in mind. So you need to define your goal and engage all your modalities. So describe how you'll look, how you'll feel, really visualize your goal. And then, once you've set your goal, break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. So rather than setting a goal of losing 20 kilos, break it down into smaller steps of 3 or 5 kilo increments so that you're not overwhelmed by how far you have to go. So you should set 12-month goals and also 90-day goals, which you should review every 90 days and then set your 90-day goals again for the next 90 days. And as I said, always start with the end in mind. Now, it takes 21 days to build a new habit. So when you're implementing a weight loss plan, for example, you need 21 days to get into the right habits, then 2 to 3 weeks to implement it and turn it into a lifestyle. And 97% of people who have lost weight put it on again, plus or minus 2 kilos in the next 2 years. But Tony Robbins said, repetition is the mother of all skill. So you need to continually repeat your healthy behaviour to ingrain it into your life and make it a permanent change. But don't expect to be perfect. If you use the 80-20 rule and do things in balance, you won't be doing all or nothing, because if you do this, you're going to be constantly feeling deprived and be more likely to fail. You have to realise that there are definitely going to be challenges. And the best time to start something is when you're not ready. As soon as you decide to change something in your life, something's going to be thrown at you that will make you question if you're really worthy of success. And you need to be willing to back yourself. One of the most important secrets to losing weight and maintaining it is to be consistent. Consistency is king, not only in weight loss, but if you want to be successful in life in general. But you have to be careful of the fear of success. When you're successful in losing weight, for example, you're going to stand out. People will notice you. And because they feel threatened by how well you've done, and this highlights their own unchanged situation, they're going to try and tear you down and bring you back to their level. So they can try to sabotage your healthy eating plan because of their own insecurities. You can also self-sabotage because you feel different and everyone secretly wants to belong. And this is where you need your inner strength to come to the fore and keep you strong enough to stick to your plan. So you need to hang out with people who've achieved what you want and who are where you want to be. And to keep your motivation going, you should write down some affirmations about what you want to achieve and about what you want. A vision board is also great, with images of your ideal body on it. So you can practice gratitude. So you focus on what you have rather than what you don't have. So let's move on to secret number 6, which is how to stay healthy. Now, Sandra Venables is a natural therapist working in the fields of homeopathy and aromatherapy and nutritional cleansing. And I recently had the pleasure of interviewing her. Now, Sandra loves natural therapies as it deals with people taking responsibility for their own health, how their body reacts, and their well-being and happiness. And this is something that many people don't do. And making the decision to actually take responsibility for yourself can make a huge difference. With the philosophy of homeopathy, it's important to look at the whole person. So not just the symptoms, but also your emotional makeup. Everyone reacts to things differently. And it's important to treat everyone as an individual, not just all the same. People have different life experiences, different personalities, and different emotions, so they all present differently. And with homeopathy, you take a remedy once, and it works as a reminder to the body as to what the body can do. And many women in their 40s have years of emotional baggage that they're carrying around with them. They have to slowly unpack it to feel the hurt, the physical hurt, the emotional hurt, or the spiritual hurt that they have, so that they're then able to deal with it. Now, one of the beliefs with homeopathy is that we all have an internal housekeeper who looks after our body and our emotional state, and sometimes they just get a little tired. They sometimes don't do quite as good a job of keeping our insides clean as they should. The homeopathic remedy is like an employed housekeeper. It's something that we bring into our body just to remind our housekeeper of what we can do. And our internal housekeeper is quite house proud and gets quite upset when the employed housekeeper comes in. So it just brings everything back in balance. And in doing that, your internal housekeeper then starts to do the work itself again. Often people will feel like that they've dealt with certain things, particularly women in their 40s. But really intense emotion can be held in the body, deeply in the body. And there can be an issue from years ago that may have just been compartmentalized and put in a box without really ever being dealt with. So the body's never really healed from that event. The emotions go very deep into the body and just sit there. And gradually you start getting these niggling symptoms that come up and start getting worse and worse, and they never really disappear. So it's really important to let yourself release all of that and allow your body to feel it so that you can look back on it without pain, without hurt, by understanding the lessons that you've learned from the situation. The symptoms can be quite simple, like recurring headaches, tension headaches, joint aches and pains, even the menstrual cycles being out of whack. And these things are silently undermining your health and well-being. So on a physical level, we really should have balance in our body. And in order to stay healthy, we really need to look at what we're putting into our body and how our body's going to react to that. So not just food, but also physical substances and emotions. And we need to understand how our body reacts to them. So if something's not natural, then think about it first before you allow it to come into your body. Also, listen to your body more. For example, if it reacts badly after eating certain meals, then have a look at what was in that meal that could have caused that reaction. When we start taking notice of the reactions that our bodies create, we become more aware of what we're putting in our body and how we can change this by changing what we allow in. So this moves us on to our 7th and final secret. Look good and you'll feel great. Now recently I interviewed Ginger Burr, and she's an image and style consultant. For 27 years she's helped women around the world create a wardrobe they love by connecting with their inner essence. Women over 40 are often neglected. You want to feel good and feel happy and want to go out in the world in style. You want to have a style that reflects your own personality and also makes you feel comfortable without feeling self-conscious. It's not a failing on your part if you don't know how to dress yourself properly. Often it helps to have some guidance or even just another viewpoint from someone you can trust. Finding your own personal style can be a lifelong journey. You need to decide how you want to present yourself. You need passion in order to create your own style. If you don't, you may need help from someone, like an image consultant. And you also need to persevere long term because your style is always changing depending on your life circumstances. And you should be flexible as you get older, as your role in the world changes and also as fashions change with time. You also need to be able to look at what suits your body shape. And to develop your own style, first thing you should do is clean out your closet. You should analyse what you have in there that you're wearing and what you're not wearing. Find out what colours suit you and stick to wearing those colours. And avoid wearing only black and grey, because this won't show your inner personality and radiance. Now, if you don't know what colours suit you, here are some suggestions. According to Ginger, there are 4 colours which look great on most women. And these are a deep forest green, periwinkle, a beautiful deep teal, and watermelon. So 4 gorgeous colours there. And one of those is sure to appeal to you, and it will just add a little bit of colour into your wardrobe. So when in doubt, just incorporate these colours into your wardrobe. Now you need to find out who you are. You need to develop your personal style according to your personality. But you need the right tools. You need to know what colours work for you, what lengths of things work for you, know what necklines work for you, and how to combine and mix and match to create a wardrobe. So you need to know who you are and how to use that to create your wardrobe. So what you wear, your clothes, shoes, accessories, and even jewelry create your style and really allow your individuality and your own personality to shine through. It's important also to take good care of your skin. So you should use a good quality moisturiser that suits your skin type, be it oily, dry or combination, and you should use that at morning and night. And after 40, an eye cream is essential. Nowadays there are so many options of serums, creams and many potions promising everything from younger looking skin to virtual facelifts. If you're having any particular problems, maybe a dermatologist or a beauty therapist can help. And just a touch of makeup can go a long way towards making you feel good. You don't have to do the full-on Lady Gaga or Katy Perry, but a little mascara, some foundation to even out your skin tone, and a little powder for shine can work wonders. But you just have to remember to be diligent about removing every trace before you go to bed. And your teeth and smile are a huge beauty feature too. So be sure to look after them with regular brushing and flossing, and make sure you visit your friendly dentist every 6 months. So that gives us our 7 life secrets for females over 40. So let's recap what they are. Secret number 1 is dealing with food sensitivities and intolerances. Secret number 2, get control over your hormones. Secret number 3, exercise and stay fit. Secret number 4, plan your nutrition. Secret number 5, choose the right mindset. And secret number 6, stay healthy. Number 7 is look good and you'll feel great. So I hope you have enjoyed the very valuable information that I've given you here today. And when you leave this webinar, you've had a lot of information from me. But if you haven't done this before, it may be a bit overwhelming. So what can you do about it? Is it okay if I show you the fast and easy way to make all of this happen for you? Can you imagine spending countless hours trying to find a solution for why your life has spun out of control? Spending hours looking for the right foods to eat, how to exercise, how to stay healthy, and how to look good in your 40s and beyond. And you don't put the effort into researching all of this, then how unhappy are you going to feel about your crazy life 1 year from now, when you still feel as frustrated as you do now? 2 years from now, when you look in the mirror and still feel unhappy with your reflection? Even 5 years from now, when your life is still out of control and disorganized? Not good, right? Well, the good news is that you don't have to do any of that. What if I could hand you a simple, easy to follow system to getting your life back on track? What you should eat and how you should exercise, how to stay healthy and look your best. Would this make it easier? Introducing my new Life Balance Masterclass, How Females Over 40 Deal with Life and Win. You could be receiving step-by-step instruction on how to balance your life in all areas in just a few moments from now. A great thing about the Life Balance Masterclass program is that you'll be given all the tools you need to deal with what life throws at you when you're an over 40 female, so that you can finally live the life that you've always wanted. So what you'll get is 7 classes over 7 weeks. Week 1 is food sensitivities and intolerances. Week number 2, how to get a flat belly. Week 3, fitness and exercise. Week 4, nutrition. Week 5, mindset. Week 6, naturals, healing and staying healthy. And week 7, style and fashion over 40. And these are all video classes. Total value, $2,079. Each of them is valued at $297. You'll also receive the classes in two other forms. So you receive them in an audio form as an MP3, which you can download and listen to anywhere, and as a PDF, if you're the sort of person that likes to read rather than listen or watch. So the value there is $679 for the audio, and the manuals are valued at $329. You'll also get a workbook, one for each expert interview, with the total value of $189. I'm also offering you two 15-minute strategy sessions with me, which we can do by Skype, to have a chat about any problems that you're having, any frustrations, any issues, and hopefully get them resolved for you. They're valued at $94. I'm also going to record our strategy sessions so that you can listen to them over and over again and get some more insights from them. So that's valued at $48, the two recordings. So starting today, you'll receive 7 video classes for 7 weeks, 7 audio versions, 7 written versions, a workbook for each lesson, 2 15-minute strategy sessions, 2 recordings of your strategy sessions, for a total package value of $3,418. And as a special surprise for the first 15 new members only, if you'll allow me to ask you for a testimonial about my coaching program, then I'm prepared to invest in you. So instead of $3,418, you can get started right now for $497. And you get everything that all paying members receive, but instead save yourself nearly $3,000. Now, bonuses are also available for fast action takers only. Please note they're only available if you're among the first 15 people to join the program. So bonus number 1, you get a copy of my book, Feeling Fabulous Over 40, valued at $27, and also a copy of my recipe book, the Fab 5, valued at $27. That's got all the snacks, breakfasts, lunches that you could need to help you lose weight and feed the family. They're valued at $54 together. Bonus number 2, you're going to get 3 bonus recordings of my best strategy sessions. This way you'll be able to see how other women your age are dealing with their changes in life so you can better understand your own. Valued at $97. Bonus number 3 is my brand new Lose 5 After 40. My 7-day eating plan, which is designed for the busy over 40s female who's on the go all the time but still wants to keep in shape. It contains a fully illustrated 7-day menu plan with detailed instructions, lots of recipes in there which can potentially enable you to lose 5 kilos in a month. Valued at $197. So what you're going to receive is 7 video classes, 7 audio versions, 7 written versions, a workbook for each lesson, 2 15-minute strategy sessions, 2 recordings of your strategy sessions, plus these special inclusions. Feeling Fabulous Over 40 book, my recipe book, the Fab 5, 3 recordings of my best strategy sessions, and my Lose 5 After 40 7-day meal menu plan. So that's a total package value of $3,766. And remember that you can get started right now for only $497. Now, can you do this another way? Of course. You can spend countless hours trawling the internet, trying to piece together all the pieces of the puzzle of how to deal with life and win. You can consult all the experts and pay them for their time and expertise. This would cost you well over $5,000. So the fact is that there's no comparison. So why do this when you can get started today, not for $3,766, but just $497? So if you like, you can go right now to my website at www.orderlifebalance.com. You can sign up straight away and get started as soon as possible. But you also get my guarantee. So you've got a 30-day risk-free trial. So you have a full money-back guarantee on this offer, which means you have absolutely no risk. If you're not happy for any reason, simply let me know and I'll refund your money. And you can keep my bonuses as my thank you gift to you. So only $497. And the only way to get this special offer is to visit this site now. www.orderlifebalance.com. So that's the end of my webinar tonight. I hope you've all enjoyed the information that I've given you, the 7 life secrets. Lots to think about there. Hopefully a lot of you are able to identify with some of these points. The experts that I've managed to gather together have been very generous with their time and their information, and you'll be thrilled at how much they've given on these interviews. I'd love to share them with you. Now, did anyone have any questions? I can pop on there now and answer any questions. Okay, well, thank you all for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. I'd love to catch up with you sometime. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you on the other side. Thank you. Good night.